aka 5th grade duelist. I'm here with 3rd place YCS Hartford 3rd place person thing, Justin Singh, who got 3rd with Drytron.
Yes, best deck.
Yeah, so walk us through it.
So yeah, I played 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta. It's like pretty standard. You never like to go less. Then 2 Gamma, 1 Delta. I only played 1 Delta because I played Prosperity in my deck. So that's it for the names. For the ritual monsters, I did 2 Ben 10. The Shinera brought this card back to 2. 1 Ida 10. You have to play this so you can make Beatrice with Vandy's Ruler, because you can just go for the Ida 10 out back and then you use the Beatrice. That comes up versus Sword Soul, so you can dump Token Collector, and then that way, even if they drop late your ruler, you still win. Natasha, the best going second card in the deck because you just win steal games for free. Now we have 2 Ben 10, you have 3 targets to banish for it, so it's insane. The one Buster guy, his whole point is just to search for the Magic Key trap card to protect ruler from droplet or dark ruler.
Do you want to explain that real quick for anyone who doesn't know what they do?
So this guy is like super insane. When he's ritual summon, he can search for a Magic Key spell trap. So you can search for this card called Magic Key Unlocking. I'll go over it at the end of the profile. And basically it just protects your Vandy rule. But what's really cool about this guy is he's a machine as well. So he's searchable off of Preparation Rites because he's a level 4. So you can always access his combo very well. And if you already have Ben 10, you just search him off of Alpha instead. So you just get to ruler with protection and it's really good. And then the 1 Draconids, you need it a lot when you're trying to kill someone with like Mubeta, the guy you summon off Gamma, and Draconids. So because if they don't have monsters, you can't Natasha anything. And that's it for the ritual monsters. I wouldn't change a thing. I liked it a lot. For the tech fairies for the Ben 10 targets, I only did 1 Diviner because you don't want conflicting normal summons because I played the Vandy's Ruler. Only 1 Orange Light. You only search it in situations like where you set up Ruler. And the other card I would search is Lancia. So I always would shotgun the Lancia, try to set up Mirage Light with the orange. So if I have another fairy and I could get to orange Lancia like it's usually game. But if you shotgun Lancia against literally everything, it's really strong. Because now Pot of Desires is a 2. They can't Desires, they can't Prosperity, they can't use a Lure, they can't, and Flunder literally can't play because you just orange their 1 guy and then Lancia them and they can't play. So this was the best card as my tech choice in the main deck that I think I really enjoyed playing. I worked on this list a lot with Jib, and he was disagreeing about this card, but I'm really glad I decided to play it still.
I think it's important to point out that Jib was wrong, so
yeah, so that's
just kidding. Love you, Jibby.
This is for the monsters. So for the spells, I was a degenerate and played 3 Mystic Mine in the main deck. So like people might hate me for this, but no, my strategy is never to deck people out with mine. It's I Natasha take their cards, the cards that I care about, and then you can either bounce your own mine with other field spells, or you can unicorn it back and just kill them. So I would only sit on it for like a couple turns. If I was going up against like double Massacre, I would wait till I could draw a drop, like clear the 2, then mine and steal everything and kill them. But yeah, definitely best card in the deck, should be banned. You go second, you just mine them. You go first, you just Vandy Ruler. It's so unfair. 2 Fafnir because I needed more field spells, and then the 1 Ritual Sanctuary. This card performed phenomenally in my deck, and nobody really ever played this card that I saw really. But the whole point of it is that you can pitch a spell, search for a fairy. So if your prep is dead, or if they stopped your alpha and you have no way to Ben 10, this can grab Ben 10. You can search for any light machine. I'm sorry, any light ritual monster or ritual spell. Also, you can pitch like Dead Pots or Second Emergency or whatever, or Medionis for free, so it's like really good. Or if you're about to get like decked out by mine, you can just shuffle back spells and revive guys. So like it's a cost to shuffle back, so they can't even ash that too. So this card was like phenomenal, and it was super phenomenal because I played set rotation. This is like the best spell in the deck in general, because this can either give you a starter when you go first, which is Fafnir, or the mine to crack a board going second. Also, this outs Mystic Mine, so that's the reason why this card is insane. Yeah, and then the Terraforming because you play like the great field spells. So technically you have 5 mines in your deck, 4 Fafnirs, you have more starters. So this was actually perfect. I wouldn't change this at all. I think this is perfect. So that's it for like the tactile field spell stuff I played. And everything else I think makes sense. It's like 3 Droplet. You need it just like as the only card going second. 3 Prosperity because you need a dig for either Droplet or mine going second or a starter going first. 3 Emergency. This card is like insane. Then 3 Prep. This is actually a way to get to Mecha Buster. Then the 2 Nova, 1 Medionis. So only 2 Nova because you have 2 Fafnir. And then, yeah, you have 2 Fafnir, so only 2 Nova. Then the 1 Medionis, 1 Callby, and then the 1 Magic Key Unlocking. Yeah, that's the target that you search off the Mecha Buster guy. Okay, so that's it for the main deck. It was 44 cards, which it was still fine at being 44 because the deck is so consistent. So the extra deck, 2 Moon Beta, I think that's pretty standard. 1 Food Show, you make this so you just don't die if they drill you. 1 Downer for the Zeus. The Beatrice to access like a name or a token collector. Zeus because it's a Zeus deck. Goddess, I only made this 1 time, but it was mainly there for like Psychic and Punisher, for like Ignister and Borland. Access Code, Unicorn, Phoenix. Like these are standard. They link climb with Natasha. Definitely like these are really, really good. Unicorn's really, really good because you can shuffle back your own Mystic Mine and kill them. Lina, she was really, really good going second because if you nib them, you can crash her and search for another name as well. What do you ask?
So Lina, did you use a special summon effect?
Only on extra deck monsters, obviously, but yeah.
Okay.
I would use it like on a She Shower or so, or something like obviously, but it was usually like an extra deck I would take with like Natasha, make Lina, and just revive. It's like in Sword Soul, it's like super relevant because you could like take the She Shower, make it, then revive. The 1 Mirage to just like negate spell or traps to go along with the Ruler. 1 Karibo. I preferred it over Anima just because of the co-linking part, and it also protects Mirage. So you can end on like locking, Ruler, Mirage, Karibo, and they can't win. And then Herald and the Tisk for Diviner targets. And that's it for the extra deck. Cards that I wish I could have played were Cerberus and Lurlisk. But of course those are like the 16 and 17. I never missed IP. So for the side deck, it was 3 Nib. I wanted Nib versus like Salad and Sword Soul. And then 3 Token Collector for Sword Soul. Because Shroudfang is like a really hard problem. So you want to maximize on ways to beat that matchup. Game 1 you have Mine and Droplet, but you want more stuff. And then 3 Draw because I was really afraid of like Flunderies and just Flunderies basically. So I wanted a card that was good at stopping them. That wasn't Lancet because this hits other decks as well really well. Then I did 3 Twin Twisters, just normal back row hate. And then the last 3 were just 2 Talents and then the red Reboot. So yeah. That was it for my deck list.
Tell me more about Talents and how that worked out for you.
So Talents is insane actually, because it's only really good against like the slower decks that play a bunch of hand traps. So I made my main to be Despia mainly, so that's why there's like the Mines and the Droplet only. But if I was playing against a deck like Salad Striker or Sword Soul with plays hand traps, this card's really good because it could let you set up a line of play, rip a card in their hand, just play it, and it was just really good in those settings. I still probably want to play more of it because like I don't really want to cut anything else, and Reboot's just too powerful. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the deck list.
A lot of people are playing Dark Ruler no more. Is there any reason you didn't choose to do that?
The main reason I didn't play Dark Ruler is because people are playing Anti-Spell, so I wanted a more reactive card that just didn't lose the Anti-Spell, which was what Nib was in that spell. Nib was either going to be Lava Golem or Nib, but a lot of times when you're breaking a board, you want to use your Diviner. Also, this just is a free thing to make line over. So, yeah, that was the only thing I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, any other questions?
Let's see. What were your hardest matchups?
Striker. He was the only guy. The guy who won the event was the only guy I lost to all weekend.
Tell us about your loss in top 4.
It was insane. Basically, at the end, he was just gonna deck me out with mine, but because I was gonna just Ritual Sanctuary, put back spells, be out of it. But then at the end, like I was just gonna set rotation and play. But I drew the last 3 cards were Fafnir, set rotation, because the bottom 2 I potted for were Mine and Prosperity, so I knew I could resolve rotation as long as I drew it. But I drew Fafnir rotations. I couldn't use it, so I just lost. And then like I lost in time game 2, but it's because we miscalculated life. And then we rechecked it. I was down by 100, so he won. So yeah, it was a pretty feels bad moment, but it happens.
You did amazing. Great job.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations. As a avid Drytron player, it's very exciting to see that you got 3rd place with it.
Yeah.
And I will definitely be looking into that card, Ritual Sanctuary.
Very good, very underrated, yes.
I lost the top. I'm kidding, but
Yeah.
you know, it's more expensive now for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any shout outs you have?
Oh yeah, I got a ton of shout outs to my local Star Plus Gaming. Shout outs to my sponsor Nick, Fiddy and Mats. Shout out to Jiv and Larry for both like helping me like carry the deck a lot, and then John also for like carrying with me for a little bit with the deck. Shout out to everybody who came up in the car with me to this event, and everybody from back home in Cincinnati who came up. It's good to see us all representing. Shout out to Zara for like this awesome interview. Shout out to Selena and Brian for the technical call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Leave a comment.